Now, it's not very often that I get to review a kanji dictionary, mostly because they're kind of expensive, also mostly because there's so much good free kanji dictionaries online, but this one's kind of special. This is the first kanji dictionary that was recommended to me by a professor in Japan, and he said it was essential on every bookshelf for every one of his students. Now, is that necessarily the case? I don't know. Well, let's find out. What's going on, everybody? My name, of course, is Chad. It is the holiday season, and thanks to the generosity of Yuki Kobayashi, one of our great community members, he sponsored a textbook review for us. Or I guess it would be a dictionary review in this case. This is the Kodansha Kanji Learner's Dictionary. Now, I would be amiss if I did not say thank you, Yuki. You are the best. This whole community gets to be a little bit wiser, a little bit smarter because of your contribution, and I appreciate it. Likewise, if you would like to sponsor one of these videos, I have a link in the description down below that says, well, it's my Amazon wishlist, frankly, and you can add books on there. You can buy books that are already on there. It'll ship straight to me, and I'll be able to review them, like today. So Yuki, thank you, and let's jump into it. Yeet. Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Chad. Welcome back. Oh, the hands-on review table, it's so good. And this is a girthy boy for us today. This is the Kodansha, which is just the company name, Kanji Learner's Dictionary. I actually happen to have the revised and expanded edition. I know, just like every dictionary, there's probably 10,000 of these. But my gosh, what a cool book. I took a peek through it, going through compiling notes, comparing it to other things that I use. Holy crap, this is a gem. I'm such a big fan of this thing. I'm so happy I have it. Before I get any further into this, quick disclaimer, something I always happen to say. So the editor-in-chief of this, Mr. Jack Halpern, this guy, I'm sure, and whatever team he has spent God knows how many thousands of hours not only learning the language to where they can put this out, but compiling it. I will only show you guys the bare minimum of what I have to show you in order to do a good review. So please, if this is something that after my review you think you like, that this might benefit you, that you would want to buy it, please go out, buy it legally. Go support the people that made these. I want to support these guys. I want to support every textbook that I review, so go support legal publishing and authorship. It's really important. But now that I've gotten through that, and you guys will understand why I'm not showing you every little piece of this book, let's go into the things that I've actually found that is just freaking amazing. Now, you guys know I have a rubric when it comes to any book that I review, and that rubric is that, would I recommend this to my closest friends and family as a paid thing that they would pay for, that they would go, Chad, what are the books, what is the stuff that you would recommend that I spend money on that won't be a waste? And the truth is, I've reviewed a ton of books that I would not recommend. This is one I would recommend. This is one that I'm happy I have on my shelves, and let me tell you why. So real quick, let's talk about the format of this book. They have this thing that I don't know, I don't think I'd really use it. They call it a skip method to find stuff. So as you can see at the top, there's that little black thing there. That means this is a left side strong kanji. If I go further into the book, you'll come up to the top here and see that that black one is actually on top. That means it starts at the top. And if you look at the side here, there's all these kanjis. Like you see this one, that's ear. And if you come down here, you can see, oh look, there it is on the side. And the very next one's going to be that guy and that guy and that guy and that guy as it goes down. So here again, you can see word, and then there, that's on the left side of the kanji. They basically use this method to look up the kanji. I can't imagine ever like needing to use that, to be perfectly honest with you. But it is there. I guess there maybe people who are learning to write all the kanjis and do them uniquely and know how to write the stroke orders of all of them. Like the people doing the kanji, was it the kanji kante? I can't remember what the test name is. But the kanji writing test, maybe that's people who would use that function. Really, for me, the lookup function is pretty much going to be back in the very back of the book. So all the way at the back of the book, it gives you a bunch of indexes. You have the onyomi reading, kunyomi reading indexes. But the truth of the matter, the thing that I find the strongest about this book is right up here. So let's take this one, for instance. You have the number that's going to be your number for looking up here, and it gives you a core understanding. So like kind of the basic thing that this kanji all around tends to mean. And this is actually, I mean, this is what remembering the kanji does, right? It gives you a single compound and will give you your primary basic understanding of the word, but there's also other ones, like to establish something, for instance. And so that's also where remembering kanji, I mean, it essentially is just there to help you distinguish between different similar kanjis. This one is teaching you all of the meanings of the kanji. And so you can come down here real quick if you look. So you have the base meaning to stand, and you go the original meaning to stand up, to stand erect. You also have meaning number B, to stand on one's own legs and be independent. And so they give you a bunch, look at all these words. And it gives you the straight up kanji, it gives you the reading of it, then it gives you the English definition that it gives. And I mean, look at this. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 unique ones just for point A. And then you come down here and you have like your standpoint, your stand or your position. And it gives you 3 more. And then you have to establish something. And then you have all, I mean, look at all this. So you have all of these words up here coming down to there. Establish regulations, the words that go with those. I mean, just, this is frankly as much of a kanji dictionary as it is a word list. Now, this isn't separated by JLPT levels. If you're trying to do the JLPT, this probably won't be as relevant to you as maybe those like giant books of word lists. But if you're just learning Japanese, one of the best things that you could do is learn a new kanji. And then in order to learn all the readings, which this does list the readings, but I don't recommend you put into a flashcard like that, and then it means ritsu and ryu and tatsu. And what I would recommend is coming down here and seeing how it's used. You have ritsu zo. So you can see a standing image or a statue is read that way. Then you have rippuku, rishin, rikko, kiritsu, right? Like you have all of them. And so you can learn how it's read in context, and you can learn it one after another. So you can learn this kanji along with other kanjis, right? These other ones that are attached to it all at once. So you're increasing your vocab and frankly your kanji knowledge, which is how I learned kanji. I never learned the kanji separate from how to write it because I don't really care. I use computers. I never learned the individual readings with the kanji because that seemed like a waste. I rather learn kanji as I'm learning my vocabulary because I killed 2 birds with 1 stone, and frankly, it's more efficient. I have to spend less time learning. And I mean, you can see in this book, so just for to stand, look at this. It's this whole page, this whole section of just words and phrases, this whole page here all the way to right there. That is unbelievable value. And actually, I checked in the back. I would not have counted this, to be perfectly honest with you guys. You learn 45,000 different words and phrases just inside the definitions of each kanji. 45,000 in this book. Most people lose their mind over a book having a few hundred, like a textbook, or they'll look at JLPT word lists that have 2,000 or 3,000. And that's like totally worth the money. That's like 20 or 30 bucks on its own sometimes. This book costs $45, and you're gonna learn 3,000 kanji, which are basically the 2,000 most common, and then also the 700 more that came out. Yeah, you guys can see it's the Joyo and then the additional ones. On top of all of that, just learning the kanjis, you are going to learn so many ways to use that kanji that as you go through the book, I mean, even though this isn't in an order other than onyomi and kunyomi reading, that's the whole point of it. It's not done by JLPT level. It's not like the kanjis at the start of the book are any easier or harder. I mean, like, gosh, you will not see this very often. But you will see this, like in consent when you're signing terms of agreements on websites. You'll definitely see this all the time, and this one. So it's not done in order of frequency, it's just all the kanjis in general. But again, if you are someone who is learning, you're studying for the JLPT, maybe that's just your goal, this is not set up in JLPT level, but this is all stuff you're gonna have to know. You're gonna need to know all 3,000 of these. You're gonna need to know the vast majority of the words in here. Like there are some where it's like fairy magic, right? Probably not going to need that one as frequently, but there's tons of words in here that are just your daily use. In fact, I know about 13,000 words. That's just what's in my memorize, right? So about 13,600. This is 45,000. So even if I knew exactly whatever that would be, like a fourth of this book, that's 3/4 brand new words that I've never had. Frankly, the only thing that I really wish, and obviously this book's already huge, like the girth of this is immense. But if I could do one thing that I really did wish that this had, and there is free ways to get this online, is the kanji used in a sentence, just to know the kind of the more context of how it's used. Because even though it has an English definition, there's certain uses for like yoto. But I really do wish there were sentences. But mind you, you can look up this kanji, and this book, by the way, has different references to other books. That's what these numbers are. These are other popular kanji dictionaries that you can then look it up. Like, oh my gosh, what a freaking useful book. I was wondering why my friend recommended this, and I knew a lot of these kanjis. I probably know at least 3,000, but there's some of these I certainly still have not learned just for whatever reason. And the fact that it has all these words, all these contexts, even the kanjis I probably don't know that are also in here. Like I didn't know this one. That one's new to me. With all of that being said, for $45, this will probably honestly be the book that when I finish that JLPT N1 vocab book that I'm just about done with, I'm like 3/4 done, I'm gonna start learning from this book. Just, even a couple words a day, 3-4 new words a day like this, and then the rest of my word intake is from whatever novel I'm reading, whatever newspaper or article I'm reading. That is a pretty dope way to go through the language, and I sincerely wish I had discovered this one earlier. Oh my god, it's so good. And another feature in these guys that it is pretty common, right? So this is a very common name kanji, and I specifically picked this one out. If you could see, so it gives you a few kind of normal readings, but you come over here, that's the symbol for name in Japanese. These are extra readings that are not normal, but are in people's names that are kind of important to know if you're trying to read like a name sheet or a doctor's name on a referral. So really cool feature there. It gives you the name, so you can also learn, like, here's what you're gonna learn in words, right? These are pretty much the word ones that you need to learn, but if you want to go the extra mile, you can also learn the kind of strange, irregular readings that people use for names. Seriously, if you're a real diligent learner, you're not just trying to learn to pass a JLPT, because I probably wouldn't recommend this in that case, but if you're trying to learn just Japanese and you're trying to learn from the stuff that you love, like maybe you love skateboarding videos and you're just trying to understand what's in there, yeah, there's a lot of great kanji resources online, but if you have to spend money, this is the one I like the most. And who knows, maybe in the future I'll find one that's better, but for right now, I am really happy Yuki sent me this. This is a fantastic resource. I'm a huge fan of this. But that's enough of me harping on. I really do enjoy this book, and I'm happy that's in my personal collection. This will stay on my shelf just as long as Genki does, I feel. So why don't we go back over to the review center, let's sum this up, let's hear what you guys have to say, and let's finish this hands-on review, shall we? So there are probably 1,000 kanji dictionaries. There's no way I'm going to review them all. Honestly, I think a lot of them are pretty repetitive in what they do, but for some reason, a friend of mine who's a professor at Fukuoka Girls University always recommends one kanji dictionary, and not just for studying kanji, by the way. And this guy's a friend of mine, and we went out to coffee this last fall, and I asked him about resources that he always recommends to people, because I review resources, and he said the one that he always recommends, especially for advanced learners, is this dictionary. And I thought that was interesting. Why would you recommend for advanced learners, people that probably already know the 2,000 basic, maybe the 3,000 that got updated kanjis? Why would you recommend a kanji dictionary? In fact, why would you recommend a physical kanji dictionary at all, right? Like, what's the point? The internet, the vastness, the girth, has everything that we could possibly need. Why would I want this? And upon me looking it up, it was $45. It was like way more than I ever thought it would be, so I thought I would never get the chance to review this, and I would never truly know why my friend, a professor of Japanese at a Japanese university, recommends this book. But then here comes Yuki, it goes straight to me, and let me tell you guys, I understand. I get now why he recommended this to me. I already gave my thoughts, I don't need to recap it here. What do you guys think? Do you think that this is exactly what needs to be on your shelf? Do you think that this basically fills the hole of other things you're getting for free? Is this something you would consider buying, maybe even used? I don't know. The cool thing about my community is we have a comment section that is open, is wide, it is vast and broad, and you can tell me your thoughts. And not only me, because I do read all the comments, but all the learners years down the road are going to be able to look at your comment and it'll help inform them. Is this a worthy $45, or is this just a shelf trophy that you feel like will probably just sit on your shelf and you'll feel proud of, but you'll never actually use? Please leave a comment down below of what you think. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, or compliments also, feel free to leave them down below. I do personally read all of them. If you guys like this video, be sure to like it down below. Couple things, since it is the holiday season, you can support my channel in a number of ways. I have a Patreon and a manga club that we just restocked, so you should get into that. My Zimmerman brand, it's a company I run with my dad. We import kind of high-end Japanese fly fishing rods. They're usually about $70 and $90 respectively, but this week, or I guess up until Christmas, I have a coupon code just for you guys. Use Holiday Hustle on Zimcara.com for 20% off your order. So go ahead and give that papa in your family who loves fishing some cool cultural thing that you guys can share. Or buy it for yourself. It's really fun. I enjoy it. Likewise, this is my first time doing this, and I've said I've wanted to do this for years. Charity live stream. The charity live stream will be on December 18th, should be a Friday. All proceeds are going to go to a Feeding America charity, where for every dollar donated, 3 people are going to get fed this Christmas. I will be donating to it myself. and all the Wicked Miscreant guys are going to be on it. It'll be like a St. Chatty's, but with less pain, and all the proceeds that get donated from anyone that wants to, we're going to go to making sure people are a little less hungry this Christmas season. You can check me out, Chad Zimmerman on Twitch. That's where the live stream will be. Also at That's My Chad on Twitter. You guys know all these links. You guys know everything that's going on. Thank you so much for watching. If you are not subscribed, I still appreciate you. You're a cool person. You're going to get a regular outro, but for subs only, you're going to get a special post-outro. Goodbye. But don't worry, non-subscribers, you're not second-class citizens. You will still get your regular outro. I appreciate you. Merry Christmas, or whatever the hell it is that you celebrate. Love hard, love deep, and I will see you all next week. Bye-bye. Alrighty, now that this guy's done, I'll set this over here on my shelf. Special subscriber-only outro. Thank you so much. If you are a subscriber, which is why you're sticking around this late and watching this, I guarantee, thank you so much for subscribing. I really appreciate you. I have something really, really cool that I finally get to announce and tell people about that I have been working on since June. I'm a part of a translation project, and the book is being published and released widespread on Amazon. It started between me and my friend Svetlana. She was talking to me about Russian fairy tales, and we're both in the translation kind of game, right? So she was kind of trying to send me things that she was like, yeah, you can read this one, but it's not very good. And so she started to translate them for me. And I was astounded. It was so cool and unique and interesting. And we decided, well, we're going to translate this into a book. Because why not? Corona's going on. They won't let us go out and work. They're shutting down a bunch of companies in Japan and here. So I was actually down on my translation work. And so I was like, why not do a fun project? We brought on 2 of our friends. And now we have this amazing book that we've all worked on. We started work the 2nd day of June. It is almost Christmas. And we're just finishing the first of 2 books. So if you would like to support me and this crazy group of amazingly talented artists and translators. This is an original work that frankly has not been this well translated to English, in our opinion, ever. And on top of that, there's all this original artwork that's really beautiful and unique and colorful, and something I think you guys would really appreciate, especially if you're an art lover. It took us hundreds of hours to get this book to this point, and we have a second one coming in February, but you can pre-order it right now. I'll leave a link in the comments, because you're a sub only. You gotta go down to the comments. That's where you can pre-order the Kindle version. The physical book, the one you can hold in your hands, will be out around Christmas too. I'll make subsequent posts when that one is up and about, but because you're a sub, you get to hear it first. Go check out the link down below. So thank you so much. I love you guys. Love hard, love deep. Go buy the book. See you next week. Bye-bye.